Hi, thanks for coming in today. So, we spoke the other day after you had your DNC done, and you were feeling pretty sore and tired, and your bleeding was pretty heavy at that point. Do you feel like the bleeding has changed since we spoke? Has it lessened? Are you still having cramping? How are you feeling physically? And how are you feeling right now emotionally? Do you feel like you have enough support at home? Um, just how's your heart doing today? And so you did express that you and your husband desire to get pregnant as soon as you can, um, if it happens. So I just want to talk about that a little bit today. So, after a miscarriage, your uterus takes some time, to heal and be ready again. Usually within a couple weeks, your bleeding should have stopped, and you can ovulate again as soon as 3 weeks after having your miscarriage or having the DNC done. And so you really can begin trying as soon as you feel like your body has healed. But I really want you to pay attention to how you're feeling emotionally and decide whether you're emotionally ready to start trying again. Because after a loss, getting pregnant again can just feel a little scary and stressful, with fear of another loss happening. So I just want you to spend some time praying together and just following. Um, okay, weird. Following the how you feel and physically, emotionally, spiritually, and that'll be your best guide for letting you know when it's the right time. But you can always reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns along the way. And I just wanted to let you know if you wanted to um, just take some time before you start trying and you wanted to explore your options for preventing pregnancy until you're ready. Is that something that you want to talk about today? Okay, so if you're wanting to prevent pregnancy for a while, there are some options that are not permanent, not hormonal. I advise people who want to have another baby but not right away to kind of track their cycle. So you will pay attention to when you ovulate. Have you noticed had those ovulation pains before? Okay, so that's a good sign that you're ovulating, but you can also be taking your temperature every morning before you get up, and that will just give you your base body temperature. And so right before you ovulate, your temperature will change. Um, and so that will be an indicator that you're about to ovulate. And you have the option of using a barrier method or some form of spermicide during your fertile time, um, probably like that week window around the time that you're supposed to ovulate, just to be safe. And I have some books about tracking your fertility and cycles, and also lots of resources for you for healing after a loss. So if you're open or interested to any of that, let me know. And contact me if you have any questions or anything changes with your body and healing. Okay? And so the next client, okay, so thanks for coming in today. So we just had your procedure done a few days ago, and I spoke to you after it, and you weren't feeling too great. You're feeling pretty sore and achy, but you were feeling pretty relieved that it was over and behind you and that you can move forward and heal. How are you feeling today? Has anything changed since we last spoke? And you expressed to me that you are not interested in becoming pregnant ever again. Is that still how you're feeling and how your partner feels? Are you on the same page as far as that? And so today we can talk about some options for you for preventing pregnancy in the future. Do you have any preference as to with hormones? Should it be non-hormonal? And are you interested in doing something permanent? So your options, I would personally recommend having an IUD. That can be either hormonal or non-hormonal if you want something long-term but not permanent. So you don't have to think about it every day. But if you do want something permanent, the physician who performed your procedure can talk to you about having a tubal ligation done. Or your partner can also have a vasectomy done. That's what I would recommend for permanent solutions. And so I just want to talk about resuming intercourse after the procedure. So it was a surgery which, does have some trauma to your uterus, and you're going to be bleeding as your uterus heals, so it's pretty much like an open wound. I don't want you having anything inside your vagina until you're done healing and bleeding, so I recommend abstaining at least until you are done bleeding and your uterus feels like it has gone back down to the size, your pre-pregnancy size, and ultimately just waiting until you feel ready, you feel healed, emotionally you feel ready, and just being gentle on yourself, because you did just go through a lot with the unintended pregnancy and the surgery that you just went through. So I want you to just take it easy on yourself. And are you feeling any pressure or anything from your partner to resume intercourse? Okay. And when you do feel ready, I recommend using some form of lubrication, because it might just take some time for your body to get, back to how it was before the pregnancy and the procedure. So something like a water-based lubricant or coconut oil helps, and just taking it nice and slow. And do you have any questions about that or anything else right now? And I would like you to let me know if you have any changes in your bleeding, if it picks back up, or if you have any clots larger than a lime. I would like you to let me know about that. And if you just don't feel well one day, feel free to reach out to me with any questions or concerns you have. Do you have anything else you want to talk about today? Okay, thanks for coming in. I'll see you soon.